Hey guys, Tyler 2K here. This is like take 4 or something like that. Today we're going to talk about Armor King and his Tekken 7 Movelist breakdown. Obviously, Armor King was just announced for Tekken 8, and I put a poll out there as a feeler, and obviously people want to see Armor King, so it's good to see that Armor King was the winner slash what Namco is going to do. I didn't expect for us to find out any information this quickly regarding the new fall DLC, especially because Falcon was announced for July 10th, I think is his official release date. So full disclosure, I do still play Tekken 7 roughly about once a week. I usually stream it, but recently I've only been playing Falcon because Falcon was going to be in the next game, and yeah, fully announced and so on and so forth. But I really haven't taken a look at Armor King in quite some time now. Now, with that being said, about a week ago, I did kind of do a quick once-over on its move list and made some notes. I don't have those notes up right now, so this video will be completely cold, or fairly cold, and I have no notes and no things to kind of mention about immediately. Instead, what we're going to do as we go through the breakdown of his move list, we're going to go ahead and talk about things where they're like, okay, they're likely going to change this in Tekken 8, maybe do this or this. With that being said, I will make my much shorter video in the future if you would prefer to have like that 6-7 minute 8-minute content, really bare bones, like, or sorry, straight to the point rather than bare bones for Armor King being converted into Tekken 8. But first things first, let's go ahead and go over it here, and then as usual, I'll refer to this to make that video, so on and so forth. So if you want to see a preview of that video, you're in the right place right now. So again, if I make a mistake, please let me know at the time code to said mistake. I'd rather be incorrect and corrected than incorrect and not be corrected and be like, spouting incorrect information. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the move list. Start from the top. Okay, so the rage art almost certainly will not be the same rage art in Tekken 8, of course. They're going to do a new animation. Like with Falcon, we had seen he just does this massive power kick. Armor King is probably going to do some sort of grapple attack, kind of similar to King. But instead of making a K with the opponent's body, he might do an A with the body instead. I wouldn't doubt if Namco does something like that. Now, what's interesting about the rage art, and this is actually kind of universal to like all the Season 2, late Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 characters, a lot of their rage arts hit really, really far away. Armor King is no different. So let me go ahead and put on player rage, and as long as you're on axis, usually it's like a micro sidestep alignment and then the lariat. Okay, there we go. But what you can do, and let me see, it's been a while since I've done this combo, so my apologies if I mess up. Okay, so I think I have to be a little bit quicker. I'm going to give this like, one more real college try. Because I don't think we can rage art right away. I think you have to be slightly to the left to do it. Oh, there you go. So what's interesting is because of the range on it, his lariat, the CD1 input, acts very much like a strong aerial tailspin state that was kind of converted in. Obviously, if you notice the animation, they're not in strong aerial, but you slowly work your way to their side, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, if you're able or have the execution and like know how to go for the lariat line into the rage art, it allows for you to tag on a lot of damage on your combos. Armor King was like the only person who could do a mechanic to that effect with that consistency, so it's something of note. But as talked about, yeah, the heat smash, or sorry, the rage art is going to be completely different. Okay, so what's interesting about Armor King is during, instead of having a generic like heat smash where, you do like super capital punishment or super dark upper or something like that, instead he had a very unique mechanic, and that was going via a supercharged bad breath. So typically bad breath, this input is an unblockable, but the frame data on it is only +7, so we don't get anything guaranteed. Now, under the effects of heat mode, or sorry, rage, sorry man, my mind is in T8 mode. If we hold the input, we actually get a supercharged version of our bad breath. And if you notice there on the bottom of the screen, we're +24. But what's interesting is we're not actually +24 such that 4-2 on 15 can be going through. So it's what's called a +24G. But instead, the +24 allows for a throw to come out. But more importantly, the throw cannot actually be broken. So let's say your back is to the wall. GS, right? 80 damage instantly. Okay, open field. We go for a tombstone and we have Oki, so on and so forth. Or if the wall's in front of you, actually Armor King is one of the few characters. I guess technically King himself has up back 1+2, but you could do also the 1+2 input, the QCB input, that causes wall splat / wall break, and for a lot of damage. So yeah, if you're able to understand or control it, you can even go for something simple like a forward advancing throw. And then furthermore, same thing, we'll talk about it later, he can even make this stronger than a normal generic throw by doing down, 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 1+2 for initial 3 damage on the board. So super unique. This might mean something. He might get a similar mechanic in Tekken 8. The one thing of note, like I really want to mention, because we've seen like Falkenlom has the ability to break through armor and power crushes, it would be kind of bad. Like this is unblockable, so unblockables by definition beat power crushes, but it kind of would be bad if it's like the same mechanic 2 characters in a row between Falkenlom and Armor King. But I wouldn't doubt it if we get some sort of variation on this blue spark, throw option instead. I suppose it's possible. It's likely what's going to happen, but at the same time, it also wouldn't feel great, admittedly. Let's go ahead and turn off heat or rage. Sorry. Okay, 1-2 generic option. 1-2 also has 1-1, kind of similar to King's. Sidestep right to evade it and then launch him. Also, if I remember correctly, 1-1 also has that really big frame buff on it where it causes ass stun. It might likely also cause like a proper ass stun in Tekken 8, where it's that +26 where they fall to the ground and get up. Really weird timing, but I wouldn't doubt it if this gets converted for not just Armor King, but King as well in the upcoming patch. But for the most part, you don't want to be using 1-2. 1-2 is just for basically advancing options. The reason being you can forward buffer jab in this game. Well, not every character, but Armor King can. So that's your long range I-10. Otherwise, for the most part, you're always going to be wanting using 2-1 instead, which is your +8. Or +7, I guess. It's almost like it can be +8, like King's is. This is your most damaging 10-frame option. And then from here, you can do it again. So at +8, there's no, or sorry, +7 even, there's no frames for them to duck jab out. This is an infinite. They have to hold that. You can't reverse it. You can't parry it. You can't duck jab it. You just have to hold it and then guess. But like, look at that. Notice that on block, we're only -1, so that allows for sidestep 2, dynamic 3 turn steals, throw buffer at -1 on your 10 to go for GS, stuff like that, so on and so forth. So very, very strong. That kind of mental game between King and Armor King persists. Okay, 1+2, 2. And sorry, my stick is not the best when it comes to switching this, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so 1+2, 2 is NC option. Doesn't actually cause a wall splat, just causes a ground state where like stomps are guaranteed. We'll talk about down 4 later, the stomp, this move here. But for now, 1+2, 2 is for the most part going to be like your filler option. A lot of kind of upward carry. I don't see them making this into like a heat engager or anything like that, simply because his very next move is 1+2, 4. 1+2, 4 is the mix-up to 1+2, 2, because 1+2, 2 is a high, so non-jailing mid-high option. You can duck it. 1+2, 4 is that sidestep 4 kind of property on it. So we have a double overstun launcher. Dynamic 2-4 is kind of like your go-to option in Tekken 7. That's like current meta for this character. Super consistent. Sidestep right for alignment, CD1 line, so on and so forth. But that's your mix-up. So 1+2, 4, if I remember correctly, -13? -13, yeah. So not that bad. Although I do believe you can sidestep left, or right rather, to evade incoming. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Oh, okay, no. Not enough frames. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Armor King is pretty pretty good. But okay, at long range you could sidestep it, but that's not going to happen typically. But for the most part, 1+2, 1, I don't think has any proper counter hit. Yeah, I think in older games it used to be like a counter hit, better type of knockdown state, but now it's just a +16. I don't know, like I don't think even crouch throw or ground throw is guaranteed in that position. I think you can still properly evade it. Down 4 is going to be your go-to option in that position. Okay, 3+4 is kind of an interesting move. 3+4 has 2 extensions. 3+4... Oh, actually technically 3, I forgot. You can hold the input to go into not an attack throw, but a proper throw, because notice how it says high. So, like, same thing would be power crushes, armor, so on and so forth. He has 1+2, 1, which is the body press. And he also has 3+4, 2, which is the elbow drop. What's important to note is that the 3+4 1 is pretty bad. So it's not NC. The hit itself, if you notice the frame data, okay, we don't get really the full indication here, but from this position, steel pedals is effectively guaranteed. We have to guess on wake up, otherwise we're going to get hit. The hit itself, I believe, is NCC. Okay, not even NCC. And the other problem is the body splash is not even like really great frame data either. It's just a body. Wow, look at the range on 3+4 is so good. It's just a body splash and you get a position change crossover. Now we are waking up negative in this position. Obviously in Tekken 8 or Tekken 7, a little bit different because like wake up 3 would be a launcher, but same thing, he can mash and beat us in that spot. So yeah, that's not a great mix-up because overall, the option like 3+4 2 is also a mid attack. So there's no natural mix-up between 3+4 1 and 3+4 2. The only difference is just the frame data. -18, proper -18, so steel pedals are going to beat us. But like I said, 3+4 1, similar situation. It's just, you're going to get killed either way if you go for it. It's just, you make it safer, but it's super, super dangerous. But yeah, I forgot about 3+4 hold. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Oki position's also pretty good because we're +0, but we're left closer to his head, so his wake-up kicks in that spot are going to be the slower ones, and furthermore, beyond the slower ones, they'll also be significantly more punishable on block. Those would be like your -14 mids. Obviously in Tekken 8, that's not going to be the thing, but for now, yeah, like Dark Upper option on 14 is theoretically possible to punish wake-up for instance, in that position. Okay, so what's interesting of 3+4? So the game never said that you have to do 3+4 2, which is NC for wall splat. Notice how Armor King also has to give off the floor, so even though he causes knockdown, wall splat, you're not going to get anything guaranteed here because he has to do a little kick up. But you can just force 3+4 by itself and then go from a back turn mix up where you have back turn 3 for launcher. You also have moonsault, unblockable back turn. You also can do unblockable lariat, or he can't. My apologies from that spot. I forgot he's not King. But yeah, you still have quite a few options. He also has BT drop as well. Right? Pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaking him with King. My bad. Yeah, but it's okay. The other kind of cool thing, like 3+4 that you might have seen before, you can just do it again. So like, okay, maybe I don't want to hit a button. Okay, well, I'm going to go this way. So, and then furthermore, you can fully commit also as well to get maximum distance. That way they have to pursue you. Same thing though, you can always do a single flip and play keep out on your correct position change to your opponent as well. Keep out, back 1, forward 2, 1 on 15. Pop kick, 1+2, shoulder, big boy, because the shoulder hits very far in this game. Okay, not that far, but pretty fucking close. Really, really good. So solo 3+4 is good. Now, the major warning I have to give for like Armor King players, 3+4 is cool. The problem is, like, if you look at the damage on that, and it's kind of hard to see. So 3+4 does 14 damage, and during Rage Art, this is heavily reduced, right? Reduced by 25%. So your 3+4 is doing like 11 damage with the loss of data. So 11 damage is nothing. Like, let's say we're playing in Tekken 8, you do a 3+4 just to force a mix-up. They Rage Art you with 200 health. Yeah, you're not coming back from that. So if you want to close out a match with something flashy, it's probably better to do like up 3+4. At least you do 23 damage instead of 14 damage. Something to think about. We'll talk about up forward 3+4 later. But don't close out rounds with 3+4 2. You will die in Tekken 8. Don't do it. It's not worth the risk. Also, they'll just heat burst you and you'll be airborne. They take no damage and they get a launcher against you. 3+4 2 is like if you're at the wall and you want to force a 50-50 and they have a lot of health. That way they can't Rage Art. But for the most part, it's better suited for like Tekken Tag 2, where 3+4 2 is actually a really good combo filler. Okay, Moonsault drop, as shown. You can either perform this out of FC by doing 1+4. Otherwise, he has to turn around and then do it for a little bit more frames. But this is completely unblockable. Also, you get a wake-up option or wake-up Oki as well, simply because you recover in a better spot. You're waking up face forward, and he's waking up feet away. So again, slower wake up for him versus us. Although technically off of the face down position, feet away, our wake ups are way more punishable, so just be careful of that. Okay, 4-2-1, almost certainly going to be a heat engager. This is a 15 frame option. Okay, I remember it being a little bit more confirmable, but maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of Lee. So this is your 15 frame long range option. As talked about, you do have shoulder you can represent on 13, but 4-2-1 is really, really good. Also, it has the old Tekken 7 data where they're getting pushed in a straight line, so it's really good for carry. Same thing, end your combos. Really good carry, super consistent. Like, look at how far he is. Again, in Tekken Set 8, this almost certainly is going to be that like downward trajectory spike where there's no wall splat, and then Kazuya would be pushed into the floor, and it gives you heat engager sort of thing. So yeah, this will be your heat engager, almost certainly heat dash cancel for full launcher, long range 15. Yeah, I mean, really good range, just like normal King has as well. Lower hitbox too, even though he's doing a high elbow to get it going. So yeah, very, very good for sure. Heat engager, heat dash cancel, like almost certainly 100%. Okay, 4-3, 4-3 is interesting. So if I remember correctly, this is fully NCC. Yeah, so you can hit confirm 4-3, 4-3. Please note that the final hit is high. Now, also, if I remember correctly, you can cancel the last hit. Yeah, so you can cancel the 3. Notice how we're minus 15 though. So there's a good chance that they can just duck and like TP here for Kazuya right away to launch us. So there is some inherent risk with that option. But the fact that, yeah, it is counter hit confirmable. And then furthermore, because it's 3 hits. Whoops. One more time. Yeah, I can hit the 3 during the initial first hit, confirm the option, and then go from it. Yeah, there's plenty of time there. Definitely hit confirmable. Now, there is a better option. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, this is still pretty good. Now, with that being said, I can see them possibly getting rid of... No, they won't get rid of the NCC option, but almost certainly kind of similar to Law back 1-2. This kind of follows that same mold. This probably is going to be heat engager, heat dash cancel, full launcher. The issue though is unlike Law's back 1-2-2, which is a mid, this is straight up a high. So they're going to be able to duck it, presuming that Namco doesn't change the frame data on this move or change its property to be a mid. Almost certainly heat dash cancel launcher. With the heat engager on it. Full wall splat NCC option again for full launcher. Really good tool. As talked about, he has something that more people prefer, but we'll talk about that shortly. Okay, forward 4, overhead kick, plus frame option. From here, keep in mind they're recovering in FC, so you can go for down 4-4, for instance, on 12. You get your 12 standing kind of straight kick, or you can go for like a buffer throw on 10. To beat anything they're going to go for apart from duck jab, but as talked about, at +2, down 4-4, straight up wins. And if you think, for instance, they're going to go for a wall stand 4, you can always like shoulder challenge as well for wall splat to lock them down. Obviously, in this game, there's better options because back 1 is a counter launcher. Back 1 by itself will not be a counter hit launcher in Tekken 8. It might require you to go full route. The issue here, though, is that that's the animation with back 1-2 on counter hit. It gives you, yeah, a weird kind of flop state instead of a launcher, whereas back 1 by itself is the full launcher. So same idea, +2 or +7. Back 1, they go for wall stand 4 on 11. We straight up win, counter it launcher. Good night, Kazuya. So one other thing of note, the forward 4 also hits grounded, so there's no safe place for them to stay. They're going to have to eat this forward 4. This is a major part of the King meta or Armor King meta. Also, if I remember correctly, it has okay tracking. And I am 100% wrong. Okay, yeah, I'm 100% wrong. So it's just going to be for like wake up position sort of situations where they're going to have to either attack into it. Let's talk about them attacking into it. On counter hit, it's a knockdown. So if you are in a wake up position where you're plus frames, they have to either guard into the forward 4 and be negative, or they get ground spiked and then you get, some sort of follow-up option. You can either do like another forward 4, that's typical meta for reset ground position, stomp line, with a little bit more inherent risk. I think also you could technically go for, God, the buffer, the animation sucks. Some sort of wake up throw as well with, I think, yes. So it's a really good spot for Armor King. I can also see them making this chip damage option as well. Probably not going to do a lot of chip, like 3 points of chip damage, but still, for being such a key move and wake up for your ground hitting option, 3 extra chip damage as well is super fucking nice. Like I said, almost certainly I can see that being the case. Okay, Forward on Pursuit is an interesting move. In this game, Forward on Pursuit is a Power Crush advancing option. This used to be a bound effect, spiking him into the floor. Obviously, bound is gone in Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. This used to be a punch Sabaki, though. So if they try to punch you, you would parry them and then spike them into the floor. Now you just spike them in wake up spot, same thing, down 3, down 4, so on and so forth. I wouldn't doubt it if they bring this back. Is no longer as the Power Crush, but instead being a punch Sabaki again. Now in this game, it's -12 or -13 on block. In older games, because it was Sabaki, the animation didn't look like it. It looked like Armor King was safer plus. But it's because it give you that like false advantage kind of animation. But Armor King was -10. You'll notice a lot of things for Armor King are consistently -10. In such a way, he kind of plays similar frame data or defensive wise, kind of similar to Brian, because there are so many -10s for him. But for now, -13 for the Power Crush. Like I said, I can see them bringing back the Sabaki, although he does have a punch parry with back 1+3 or back 2+4. So maybe that's why they got rid of Sabaki, even though it was really cool. Okay, as talked about, forward 1+4, for people who don't know, is easily one of the best punishers in the game. The reason being, the range on it is absolutely fucking insane. A character like Brian can't even 3+4 against you, because the 3+4 range leaves you in range of the shoulder. Also, if you notice, it's active for 3 frames, but even at tip range, the frame is active on 13. So it's really good. Like, you're consistently getting a 13 at tip range is absolutely fucking bonkers. Easily one of the best moves in the game. Almost certainly not going to be converted into a heat engager. If anything, making this a heat engager might actually hurt it in the long run. But yeah, that's usually, get them to a wall, simple combo, jab, shoulder, long range punisher. It's a shoulder, so obviously they can't parry it, Sabaki it, so on and so forth. Really, really, really good move. I think also it has a low slump hitbox, but I guess not a flinching hitbox. I think maybe in Tekken Tag 2 it might have. But yeah, super, super good move. Easily, well, nowadays Dragunov Wall Stand 1+2 might technically be better with heat because of the launcher status on it. But I would say this, at least in Tekken 7, is probably the best shoulder in the game. By far. Insanely, insanely good move. Super fucking good. And it's probably going to still be really fucking good in Tekken 8 as well. Okay, down for 1. Good move. Active for 2 frames. -1, you can turn steel down 1-4, for instance, afterwards. GS buffer if you think they're going to try to power crush out. Or bunch of options you can go for. Tombstone, down for 1 hop kick, down for 1 sidestep, if you want to play proper Tekken. Really, really good option. I think also, if I remember correctly, this move, in theory, shouldn't track both ways, but in practice, it tends to actually track. Notice how, because the weird active frames on it, it still hits when the opponent should be able to sidestep. So sidestepping this move can be inconsistent. Like there, for instance, look, we clipped them, we missed once, we clipped them the second time, and I have no fucking clue why. Let's reset. There you go. Full sidewalk, he's able to evade it, but inconsistent sidestepping against it. I wouldn't doubt it if this move is getting nerfed in Tekken 8, though, simply because that weird hitbox quirk where it sometimes hits where it shouldn't hit. And I don't fucking know why it does that. But yeah, really, really good. That's going to be your typical filler. Again, you front load it with it into Shining, so on and so forth. You can end your combos with a GS buffered option post down forward 1 after your spins. A very great utility move also, again, because it's -1, back 1, counter hit stuff, shoulder, throw, buffers, you name it. This move is just super fucking annoying to deal with. I think the range on it, is also pretty fucking good. Okay. Yeah, still really fucking good, especially when you consider, again, shoulder range, down 2 range, down 3+4 range. A really great complementing option for Armor King to have. Super, super good. Okay, down 4-2 is a move I don't know how they're going to do in Tekken 8. So, as you see, homing property on it, so it has full tracking to both directions. Now, if you see that, down 4-2 by itself is -12 on block. The issue here with down 4-2, though, is that the frame opens up instantly. So you have to be ready with your 12. You got to do it right away. You have no choice if you're playing defense against him. Now, beyond it being a homing, and it's a fairly low hitbox because he swings down into the ground, what really is bad about it is this. It's a counter launcher, so you get a small combo only. But still, it's a counter launcher that can lead to longer carry variations. I think actually you just do it right away. Yeah, I think like there's a sidestep line into 1+2 and then shoulder, if I remember correctly, or down back to 4 or 3 short carry. It's really, really good. Now, if you didn't think that was good enough, where like down 4-2 is a counter launcher, and sorry, spoiler alert. Okay, sure, let's say you're super good at punishing that. Yeah, so the bad news is that's actually part of his 10 string, and he can do down 4-2-1 instead to make it safe against launch punishment. Against -12 punishment. So obviously that's a high non-jailing against part of his 10 string, so you have to duck the second hit. So that means, okay, do we try to -12 punish the down 4-2 counter homing launcher, or do we try to bait out the high and then pray we can duck it in time and then wall stand punish Armor King? The choice is yours because there's no string penalty on this move. So look at that, -6. There's no string penalty like other 10 strings, so you have to guess correctly every single time against Armor King when he's forcing down 4-2. Also, down 4-2 has pretty fucking good range because, again, it's active for 2 frames, homing attack, still counter launcher. I mean, there's nothing to hate about this move. You're going to be seeing that move fucking a lot, presuming it's still in the game. Now, I say that because obviously Magic 4s are gone, but the issue here is down 4-2 is a 15 frame mid. So there's a good chance that it's going to be in the game. It might be more punishable. Maybe there's more lag time on down 4-2-1. I can only speculate, but almost certainly this move is still going to be there, simply because it's so defining for him. Okay, down 4-3 is a really good move. Usually, a lot of times, you'll see down 4-3 combo structures. So we'll do like a double down 4-3 line because it's good damage, and then do our Shining Wizard. Very consistent. If you're able to do a capital, that's actually the strongest damage is off of down 4-3 structures. The pickup. Okay, I'm missing it though. Yeah, it has to be pretty much dead on when you do your capital. Otherwise, down 4-1 is going to be your go-to. But down 4-3 is pretty good there. Now, what's also nice about down 4-3, it has a little bit of pushback, and it's only -5 on block. So that would set up your Sabaki. That would set up the punch, the Power Crush in Tekken 8. But, of course, we have to have extra properties, and extra properties on counter hit down 4-3 is a launcher. Not only is a launcher, it hits really low to the ground, so it hits on flinch position. So if they mistime their wake up, first of all, they can tech into it in this game. In older games, Tekken 8, Tekken 7 late, you're not going to see that, but that was a thing. But if they mash out again, down 4-3 launcher, and then you get your full combo once again, you'll see the down back, 1 or 1+2-2s, down back 2-4s, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So really good. The issue with down 4-3, though, is that, yeah, it has pretty abysmal tracking. So for the most part, you can easily sidestep it, and he's stuck in that animation the entire time. It might actually have a little bit of tracking this way. No, it doesn't. Good. Yeah, so you can step it. So if you read down 4-3, yeah, just keep moving to evade incoming and just launch him for it because he's going to get stuck in that animation. Otherwise, in a wake-up spot, a really, really good tool. Super, super good. Now, unlike down 4-2, which I can see them leaving, I can't see them leaving down 4-3. If I was to take a guess, and this is just a sole read for Namco, I think kind of similar to back 4 1+2, I could see them making down 4-3 into some sort of attack throw animation, very similar to Lars's back 4 1+2 no longer needing counter hit. It's just an attack throw animation with 1+2. So again, similar to the back 4 1+2, well, which we'll talk about later, which I'm dropping the input, which is impressive because this is really hard to drop the input. I can see them making down 4-3, lose the counter property, but instead have an attack throw into like some sort of, stunner drop sort of animation, kind of similar to back 4. I can see that being the case. Okay, down 4 1+2 is like a spin, so probably will retain tornado spin. It's a homing option, causing knockdown on both states, and then like I can't remember what the follow-up is. Can we do like 4 for 1+2? That'd be kind of cool. No, okay. Something's guaranteed. It might be just down 3+4, like micro dash. Yeah, I can't remember, and I'm dropping the micro dash timing. But yeah, knockdown state, a spin option. Almost certainly it's going to remain in the game because yeah, one of like Armor King's defining features is just lack of tracking on quite a few of his like slower key moves. Again, we had shown like down 4-1 has okay like iffy tracking sometimes, but yeah, he doesn't have anything really outside of that apart from an option like 4-4-3, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, down 4 1+2 is like your mid option, so in that way he plays similar to Dragunov with down 4 3+4. Where it causes strong aerial. So with that being said, similar to like Dragunov down forward 3+4, I could see this also causing strong aerial. So maybe it loses the tornado state, but instead gains strong aerial against airborne. You get your tornado option, and then you do down forward 1+2 into Shining Wizard or something like that. I don't know, some shit like that. Okay, Frankensteiner, almost certainly going to be in the game. He's had Frankensteiner forever. They're never going to change Frankensteiner. They might make the animation a little sexier, but that's about it. Not going to happen. Duck it. Unblockable mid. You can duck it. Notice how it says it's green. That means it's S mid. So you can guard this crouching or standing. But if you stand, obviously the attack throw comes out and then you get spiked into the floor. Down 1-4. Same thing. He's had this forever. The Williams sisters still have his or theirs, so Armor King's not going to lose his. What's kind of nice about down 1-4 is you can use it for short carry sometimes if you don't know where the wall is. Down 1-4 does work. Kind of similar to, what is it called? Law down 2-3, stuff like that. Yeah, he's going to have that. There's nothing special to talk about it. Okay, so this is interesting. Down 2-4-3 was a move that was added in Tekken 8. For the most part, it's an extension to down 2 because down 2 obviously lost its bound effect, right? So there's no extension there. Instead, he has a full rolling that's guaranteed. Down 2-4 is also kind of weird because technically down 2-4 is -10 or at least -10. And then most characters can jab in between. So let's say you go for down 2-4-3. If you 10 frame jab in between, you pick him up and you launch him when he goes for this final roll. I don't think otherwise there's any frame data here. Yeah, it's not fully NCC. This move is really only used at the wall, or if you want to do some really shitty forced meta. For instance, if you know what characters can't jab you, you can force down 2-4 against them. But like 80% of the cast, you can't. This is mostly just going to be used at the wall or open field somehow. Let's say, I don't know, some shitty combo like that. That would technically work. And then what's interesting or of note, down 2-4-3, can you leave you in full crouch by holding down, or not full crouch by just holding neutral, or I guess always in wall stand 4. But in the wake up spot, it's between, do we go for a wake up 4 and then hits flinch, or do we go for full crouch ground throw, and then I can't do it because he's standing up, or the ground throw, where, okay, if you guess incorrectly, well, hey, we get a reset, we get a bunch of damage against you. That's the typical, like, Tekken 7 meta. Probably gonna go away in Tekken 8, but I don't know for a fact. Okay, Stomp is a really strange move. So, it's a strange move because Armor King has had this Stomp forever. And King has also had this Stomp, but King never got the cool properties that Armor King got. So Armor King on counter hit is +9. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed here. But if you GS buffer, they can't like crouch throw because there's simply no time. But what makes down 3 so good is the fact that like it basically fully tracks. So you have this like really fast low option That is only, I think, minus 12. Let's check. Minus 12 on block. So, like, what, Dragunov? Right? Okay, who cares? Yeah, super, super good move. And again, you have the bonus counter hit animation on it, which makes the move even better. Easily one of the best moves in the game. Good range for the most part. Very low risk if you relative down 3+4, you know, launch punishable. Down back 3, launch punishable. Down back 4 is not launch punishable, but still you wake up quicker, or they wake up quicker and you can get screwed over. Down 3 is like a really big grace move that a character like King kind of has, but not quite has. So while Kings usually, you know, your lows or your throws, because they have to duck these, or they break them, you know. Yeah, you actually have an okay low with down 3. Also, I assume the next move, so I can talk about it right now. Okay, no, we're not to it yet. Never mind. We'll get to it. He actually has a good low. The question is, in Tekken 8, will that low still exist? Okay, corporate elbow, people's elbow, down 2+3 for King, or it used to be down 2+3, but down 1+2. This does cause kind of that ground spike animation for follow-up hit guaranteed, but for the most part, that's about it. This is just same thing, ground spike animation, follow-up hit guaranteed, down 3, down back 3, so on and so forth, whatever you want to do afterwards, sort of thing. Okay, down 3+4. So this is down 3+4 1 is a brand new move in Tekken 8. So he's always had down 3+4, and in Tekken Tag 2, they gave him an extension, which is down 3+4 3, which is launch punishable, as you see here. But instead, he also has down 3+4 1, which is safe on block. Not only is it safe on block, oh god, that range is crazy. Okay, it's NCC, spoiler alert. God, the range is crazy, dude. But it's also a counter hit launcher. Now, will it retain the counter hit launcher in Tekken 8? Maybe, because that looks very similar to Shaheen's, like CD4 2. Probably still going to be there. This is also your spin option off of down 3+4. So if they're really low to the floor, you can always just go for that and then extend your combo that way rather than go for down back 2-4 if you need the extra frames to pick them up. But that's the natural mix-up to the next move, which of course is down 3+4 3. So similar to down 3+4 1. God, that animation screws up everything. So similar to that, which is NCC, he can also do down 3+4 3, which is also NCC. So if they're by the wall, you obviously get the wall splat, and then, you know, combo afterwards, so on and so forth. Natural mix-up as seen. This is also minus 16 on block, so be careful with that. You are risking your life when you go for it. And unlike down 3+4 1, again, which has, you know, the bonus kind of property of the counter launcher, down 3+4 3 doesn't actually have that property. It's just going to be a wall splat knockdown option only. Okay, so Shadow Step. So if you haven't played Tekken 7 or haven't played in a while, this is what makes Armor King fairly unique. And that's because he can go into like a crouch dash stance via down 1+4 or down 2+3. Both of them are the same thing. There are also other moves that can lead to Shadow Step, but I don't know if we'll probably talk about that. We'll probably get to those moves. So yeah, Shadow Step option, and then from Shadow Step, he has limited things he can go for. He can go for Shadow Step 1, which, if I remember correctly, is a counter launcher. Yes, flop stun option, so then that would be down back 2-4 would hit, maybe down 4-3. Okay, down 4-3 still works there as well. But yeah, that's your keep out. Like, hey, they want to disrespect your frames. 11 frame high counter launcher, similar to Shaheen Shadow or, you know, Sneak 1, but the difference here is counter launcher versus Shadow 1, which isn't a counter launcher, just plus frame. So super good. Okay, you want to enter into stance, keep out option, man, you know, bam, right to the face. Pow, right in the kisser. Okay, so to mix up that, he also has Shadow 2. Shadow 2, as you see, is a spin, like a tornado spin, but you might think to yourself, well, how the fuck do I get a tornado spin here? Yeah, it's under certain stances or certain states. Stance entrance, Shadow 2. There were combos structured with that, but that's early tornado spin or tail spin. Might not be the best option. If I remember correctly, yeah, we get a knockdown state on counter hit. forward 4 buffered for mix-up, 3+4, back turn mix-up off ground position. A lot of things you can go for. Up to you, sort of thing. Okay, and then the final option he has is Shadow Step 1+2. So Shadow Step 1+2 is basically the Goldberg tackle. So we're left at plus frames. We tackle through. And then what's important with this move, and I don't know if it technically has like a auto low reversal function to it, but if you try to like duck jab, you can't duck jab this. You go right through the duck jab. So similar to you see there, similar to 3+4 2, where we're minus 18, the Goldberg tackle will leave us in a negative spot. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna get them to block it, but yeah, we are negative. Otherwise, yeah, there's no additional attack here. Just the Goldberg animation, we're +6. Post sphere, or spear, my apologies. There's a good chance they're going to change Shadow Step. Of course, you know, Tekken 8 is all about making stances more, not just prolific, but like having more options in said stance and making them stronger. I wouldn't doubt it if they give him a proper power crush out of Shadow Step. I don't know what they would do, some sort of Shadow Step 3, maybe similar to like back 3 with a character like King. Something like that. I don't know for a fact, but I definitely can't see them expanding it. I can also see them making it such that the spear, or there's a throw cancel, so from this FC, maybe you can buffer into like that throw, the full crouch throw, which we'll talk about later. Maybe something like that. I can definitely see that being the case. Beyond just the actual attack throw tackle, which of course they can guard it. But yeah, if he has like full crouch buffered throw instead, probably not ultimate tackle, but I can see that being the case. Them modifying or adding additional options to Shadow Step. Okay, Damek 2-3. Yeah, this is NCC if I remember correctly. For the most part, Damek 2-3 is just a mix-up to your next move, Damek 2-4. That's all it really is for. So Damek 2-4 you're going to see a lot, or at least in Tekken 7 you would. That's your spin line, as shown. Super consistent option, really good range, consistent tailspin, perfectly setting up your running shiny wizard or running bomb or whatever. Sorry, your running bomb, your power bomb option. But yeah, Damek 2-3. The benefit of it is that it's a mid mix-up, and as shown, the second hit on counter hit causes ass stun. So from that +21, as usual, we're not actually +21 clean or +21 G, but you can force shining options, throw buffer at that plus frames. Yeah, so if they try to duck and launch you, well, now you have incoming throw pressure or follow-up options. Hell, you can even go for, again, an option like forward 4 for plus frame chase down. They try to mash out. There's only 2 frames, 23. They mash out, they get counter hit into the floor, so on and so forth. You know, Bob's your uncle. Super, super good mix up to it. Okay, so down back 3. Almost certainly, so this is a homing attack. So first of all, it's really, really good. The animation for Damek 3 is also fairly muted. So even though this is 23, so technically seeable, very hard to see in practice because the animation is so muted off his FC. Also from full crouch, you might see the throws, you might see wall stand 1. So him entering to FC and then doing a sweep is going to be difficult to beat. On block, it is a stagger launcher nowadays. In older games, this didn't use a stagger, which was super frustrating. But the major benefit in Tekken 7 is that Damek 3 is a counter launcher. Now, with that being said, similar to King, I'm pretty sure they're going to get rid of down back 3, just like they're going to get rid of 4-4 neutral 2. I don't see them leaving this as a counter launcher. I don't think that's going to be the case. If he still has this and it's 23, same animation, still a counter launcher, yeah, that's going to be really, really strong, but I'm pretty sure they're going to nerf that. It'll probably cause like a flop state where then you get like either a throw again or what would be like, let's say, some sort of I-13 or I-14 heat engager that, you know, string that he doesn't have quite yet, similar to other characters. Or maybe it's down back 3 and then you go for crouch throw on 12. Something like that. Almost certainly that's going to be the case. Okay, drop kick. Not much to talk about. Still 29, still technically C-bold. Animation kind of misleading. Just be careful how you get up off the floor. That's about it. Delayed side roll. Don't mash on wake up because you are -20 and you will lose. when you do that. Okay, damage 1 plus 2. This was added, I think, in... Okay, well, he had it in, if I remember correctly, so he had it in Tekken Tag 2. This was a bound effect. Yeah, a little too slow to the bound, though. This was his bound. Causes natural knockdown. But where damage 1 plus 2 really shines is on block. So not only can we go for damage 1 plus 2 on block for our clean plus 5, of course, same thing, similar meta, where we have, you know, throw options on wake up, force 50-50 with 4-2, or if you want to go all in, hop kick, you know, plus 5. If they try to duck stab, you would just cleanly win. But he can also enter into Shadow Step by holding down. By canceling. So yeah, because this is slow, people are going to respect it. I don't think it does anything on counter, if I remember correctly. Oh shit, my bad. I think that was added in like season 3 or season 4. A later season that was added. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's good because Gigas has a very similar attack, but Gigas is nowhere near as good as Armor King's is. But yeah, you can cancel that, get respect, apply pressure, and then because you're in Shadow Step, you are also in FC. And then same thing. You don't have to go for Shadow Step option. Wall stand 1, super, super good. Hop kick if you think they're going to try duck shapping out. So on and so forth. Throw buffers. Anything you want to go for is under your command. Also, yeah, it's really good. I don't know if they're going to leave damage 1 plus 2 being a counter launcher, though. Hard to say. I also doubt that damage 1 plus 2 will be heat engager. Because if it's a heat engager, it might be a little bit too good. But by definition, heat engagers really don't have counter hit properties. So that's one way to nerf it, by buffing it, quote unquote, by making it a heat engager launcher, probably. I could see that being the case. Okay, back 1-2 is his 12th rank Punisher. This move over Tekken 7's lifespan has got a lot of changes. It used to be like +3, but with like this much pushback, so you couldn't ever use the frames. Now it's +6 with basically no pushback. Also, the range on it is fairly good for a 12th rank Punisher. And at +6, same thing, down for 4, throw buffer, option, you know, hop kick, down 2, down 1 plus 2 for follow pressure. If you think they're going to disrespect you, or really respect you, rather, is more accurate. Down 4 for turn steal, down 3, blah, 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 blah. Really, really good. The Big Daddy, of course, being that back 1, as talked about, I-12 counter launcher. Magic 4s are gone, but I can see back 1-2 being a Magic 4 option, but he has to go for the high afterwards instead. Or mid, shit, sorry. Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay, so it would be punishable on block, because technically, yeah, this is punishable. But maybe it won't have the counter hit launching properties. It's hard to say. If it was a high, I'd say, yo, yeah, almost certainly it would be, but that one, not so much. Okay, so we talked about earlier option like 4-3-4, or 4-3-4-3, sorry, being your wall splat option. So this is back to 1, which is somewhat similar. The difference here, though, is back to 1-2 is actually a launcher. This is also a confirmable launcher as well. So you don't technically have to commit to the high, although if you notice here, let me try to max delay it. You can also max delay it, which is really, really interesting. I can see them leaving this as a as a launcher, counter it. The reason being that by itself back to 1 also has a shrink penalty on it. Not only does it have a shrink penalty at -12, there's plenty of time for you to duck jab it, and then furthermore, of course, you can just duck the high and launch him as well. But yeah, back to 1-2, it's kind of a cool move. Launcher status. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that will still be in the game. Whereas 4-3-4 will be modified. But we'll see. Okay, yeah, back 3. You might notice this from King. Almost certainly this is going to be his Power Crush like King. There's no, I think, just frame animation on it. Yeah, okay, good. On counter it, I don't think the same thing. There's anything special. Yeah, so we just cause like a flop state. And then I think shoulder, yeah, is guaranteed proper there. You might be able to do something bigger too, but yeah, shoulder is going to be your go-to for sure. You have to hold the input a little bit longer though, because the pushback on it. That's the only kind of thing of note, but yeah, probably going to be a Power Crush, almost certainly. Okay, back 4, toe kick, really, really good move. Safe on block. And then similar to 4-3-1+2, you can do the stunner by tapping 1+2 with proper timing. Now, unlike this, the 4-3 stunner and a few other just frame options, even though this timing can be tricky, it's nowhere near just frame, and it's probably the most consistent option to be able to hit. And of course, as I say that, I'm fucking up. But yeah, it just requires timing. But yeah, if you have the timing, you're never going to fuck it up. Really, really good. What's also nasty about this move is in Tekken 7, there's Oki with down back 2. If they try to flinch, down back 2 is guaranteed because it's a very low hitting mid option. Almost certainly this is gone in Tekken 8, but still back 4 1+2 by itself will almost certainly 100% be in the game because it's so iconic for Armor King at this point. Okay, back 1+2 is a move that a lot of people just don't even know about proper. So back 1+2 is basically a guard breaker. We are +1. It has okay tracking. On hit, it's +5. The juice on back 1+2 though is on counter hit, it's +16. Now this is a proper +16 as well. So not only can you go for 4-2-1 on 15, which of course would be, you know, your heat engager. This would lead to a heat engager, be a launcher. But if you have the execution, you can also dark upper, because dark upper again takes 14 frames to come out at its quickest execution. So yeah, it's a full launcher with back 1+2. So it's significantly better than 4-4 neutral 1+2 with King, but really, really good. With that being said, if 4-2-1 is a heat dash cancel launcher, they're probably going to get rid of this, or they're going to modify it. Same thing. It's going to be +14. The opponent's going to be in a full crouching state. That way, dark upper doesn't work and 4-2 doesn't work because it's 1 frame too slow. We'll see. almost certainly he's going to be left in FC at the bare minimum. That way, again, the dark upper is not guaranteed. That time I fucked it up, but not guaranteed because he'll be recovering crouching, you know, dark upper right above his head, and then, oh shit, you know, then you die. Sort of thing. But yeah, a lot of people forgot about back 1+2. He's had this since at least Tekken 5. Okay. Okay, now we're getting into what makes Armor King really bad. And by bad, I mean very poorly designed. So, long time ago, I made a video about this. The problem with like Season 2, Season 3 is you have evasion that is working on multiple axes simultaneously. Actually, I talked about this, something similar, in the movement theory option I made for Tekken 8, top right corner for that. And the problem is there are certain moves that your opponent, even though you can only move in like one axis simultaneously, because you can't stair step, like stair stepping puts us on this diagonal, there are moves that allow you to move on that diagonal axis. Back 1+4 is one of them. So not only do we take a step back, we take a massive step to the right at the same time, and then go for an option. This guarantees shoulder. What's nasty about it though, it's also -13. And this doesn't give it justice. It's -13 with a lot of pushback. So in a lot of situations where you're hitting at tip, they can't punish that ever. Period. They can never punish that. So not only are you getting the best of both worlds with a backdash and a diagonal attack simultaneously, no character can actually punish this move at tip. Apart from, Armor King has a 13 frame shoulder that hits fucking full screen. That's it. So like this move was super, super fucking overtuned. Almost certainly it's gone. Of course, it's a side sway, so it's just always going to cause this. No extra properties on counter hit, just shoulder guaranteed. Really, really good move, causing wall splat if you're by a wall as well, not just knockdown for full launcher. Insanely strong move, almost certainly going to be nerfed in Tekken 8. For the love of God, please. Okay, back 2+3 is unblockable. If you have the execution, technically you can go for a combo. I don't remember the combo off the top of my head, but he does have that. It is very slow, decent range to it. The benefit, of course, there is you can hold down to cancel it. But this is just gonna be like, oh hey, we're gonna go for the stars, literally. Okay, if I get the launcher against you, I win. But yeah, you're not gonna get hit by back 2+3, so don't worry about this move. Almost certainly it's gonna be the same frame data. Okay, up back 2, almost identical to King's. Basically high homing chop, natural at knockdown, shoulder guaranteed. You might have noticed that MO by now. There might also be at +27 time to go for the crouch throw But for the most part, you're just going to be going for shoulder every single time. You might be able to, at plus 17, you might be able to do a little bit better, but shoulder is going to be your go-to. A little bit of a side sway. It's mostly just for homing option, because there you go. See, -5. A little bit of pushback, so backdash launcher if they try to overcommit at that slight plus advantage. Okay move. It's not bad. Nothing special on counter hit. Always going to cause a natural hit knockdown. That's about it. Up forward 2 is just elbow drop. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about. Unlike a character like King, who can link in up 2 under certain scenarios, Armor King can't really do that. This is just really a timer scam. Oh, your opponent has no time left on the clock? Up forward 2. Not only do I jump over you like almost instantly, I also recover in grounded position where nothing's guaranteed. And furthermore, you're typically going to cross over on them. So then they have to turn around, then do their steel pedal against you. Yeah, I mean, it's safe on block, I'm pretty sure. Let's just make sure it's not like -18. -17, okay, so not safe on block. But still, grounded position, lower damage. Also, again, like King, he can also do up 2 if you don't want the advancing elbow instead. Also, I guess I'll do one final thing to note. The up 2 itself does a lot of damage. So if you want to try to scam them, they try to get into you. Yeah, keep out up 2 will typically kill them when they're in rage. So it's a nice little taunt kill line as well. Okay, up forward 3. This is usually more of a filler thing. The nice thing with up forward 3 is that it is a counter launcher. But as talked about, this is going to be your bigger filler. So unlike a move like down forward 3, which does 11 damage, up forward 3 does 12 mid-combo. It puts them into that rolling state. Now, in Tekken Tag 2, usually you'd end a combo with Tag Assault, up forward 3, into Shining, you know, kind of combo. But yeah, that's not really a thing in this game. Yeah, it's just going to be an advancing knee that's safe on block, because I think it's like -7, -8. But yeah, completely safe on block. The issue with up forward 3, first of all, it's a little bit floaty. So like during this animation, you'll usually get jabbed out a lot. Or worst of all, it's unfortunately fairly linear. So yeah, they can't step it, and they're going to get to your back, and then you're going to have a bad time. So the reward of up forward 3 is the same as down forward 3, except down forward 3 is faster. So it's probably better to do down forward 3 over up forward 3 unless you're mid combo. Also, because up forward 3 is so slow, it's important to note that you can't get up forward 3 in all combos. Like for instance, that doesn't work. Dark upper up forward 3 works for better damage, but hop kick up forward 3 doesn't. But you can do dark upper into down forward 3. You can hop kick into down forward 3. Both those structures work, and as talked about, down forward 3 structures only do 1 less point of damage. So if you need a guarantee kill, down forward 3 is the way to go regardless. Up forward 3 is just mostly for older games and shits and giggles, like advancing hop knee. Yeah, there's better options though than up forward 3. It might be a little bit better because who knows, you know, maybe he'll have a proper tight-in, you know, class 1 launcher where they get launched into the fucking stratosphere like this high, where then, oh hey, up forward 3, double up forward 3 structures might work, but realistically, that's not going to be the case. Okay, up forward 4, nothing to talk about here. -13 on block, standard frame data. This up forward 4 has a little bit better range than King's, but here I'm being proven wrong. Yeah, just a JS9 hop kick launcher. That's going to be your typical launcher apart from dark upper. That's about it. Hop kick. Yeah, nothing else to talk about really. Capital punishment, advancing jumping attack, low crush, safe on block. Same thing as King's. Yeah, +2, same thing. We throw buffer, back 1 option to challenge, so on and so forth. Really good move, as we showed earlier. Going to be your launcher. There I got down forward 3 structure to work. First try, though. Yeah, really, really good move. And if that wasn't that good, you can also just hold down up forward 1 + 2 and do the burning knuckle. This also can change positions by sliding the input. Yeah, unblockable, all in. This is significantly better than like back, what was it? Back 2 + 3. But I guess, yeah, you know, if you want it, hey, you got access to it, so sure. Okay, up 4, 3 plus 4. This move is really good. So up 4, 3 plus 4 is completely safe on block. So we are -7, but the secret here is we can actually tech roll when we hit the ground. So we're -17, but now we can't actually get hit because we're tech roll invulnerable, and people aren't going to tend the track there. Don't mash just to be safe, but yeah, it is a really good attack. The nice thing about it is up 4, 3 plus 4 actually hits grounded as well, and then furthermore, you can still tech roll in that grounded position, I thought. Yeah, to maintain pressure against grounded position. So this is like a better version of up 4, 3. So obviously there's no launcher, but still, we still can get like small combo. It's a free attempt, so on and so forth. Again, not a launcher. Probably not going to get buffed in Tekken 8. I can't see them change this a heat engager. I also can't see them getting rid of it though. It's been a really key move to like do safe offense for a long time now. Okay, 4/4 neutral 2. Everyone's favorite low option. +7. It probably going to get nerfed in Tekken 8. The frame data is going to be worse on it. But the really big problem here with 4/4 neutral 2 is that in this game, it is a counter launcher. So we get a full pickup. We get the high crush property on it. We get the massive plus frames. The tracking on it is okay, not really good. But still, the counter launcher is just what makes this move absolutely fucking absurd. I can't see them leaving that in Tekken 8. I can't see them keeping it. Same thing. It's probably going to be like an attack throw animation, guaranteeing crouch throws, guaranteeing your 13 frame or 14 frame, heat engager mid. That it's not going to be a launcher. I don't see them doing it. Okay, 4/4-2. So what's interesting about 4/4-2 is, 4/4-2 is safe on block, but what you'll notice people do is they'll typically go for 4/4-4, which we'll talk about later. But 4/4-2 is good. It's a safe wall splat option. Who knows, this might actually be a heat engager. I can see them changing that. But the safe wall splat knockdown is really, really nice on it. Usually that range does set up like capital follow-up, so on and so forth, or all in like running exploder, post knockdown for follow-up pressure, so on and so forth. But for the most part, you're just fishing for this for your wall splat option. Also, the 4/4 input on it gives a little bit of tracking. But yeah, it's a good move. If they make this a heat engager, it's only going to be even better. It's a really, really nice move for sure. Okay, 4/4-3 is a homing knockdown. Small combo, similar to the counter at down 4/2, so similar idea. The nice thing with 4/4-3 is that on block, it's actually plus frames in this game, +2. I think it used to start at like -1, then it's +0 in like Season 3, and now it's +2 in like Season 4 and beyond. Really, really good move. 17, no one's going to be ducking this on reaction. It's just going to be, okay, are you going to go for Jetta or Dark Upper? Okay, well, I'm going to duck, and here comes 4/4-3. I get the launcher on you anyway, so on and so forth. But really, really nice move. Launcher status again. Really good. Really, really, really good. But it could be better. And how it gets better is by Shadow Step. So 4/4-3 Shadow Step entrance. So on block, we can transition, or we go for our spin line. So 4/4-3 Shadow Step 2 allows for a spin follow-up option that doesn't start with down 3/4, 1 instead. So here, instead of us being +2 on block, we transition, we're +4, and similar idea. If they try to duck jab here, the Shadow Step 1/2 will tackle them, the spear will tackle them, and you'll get the attack throw for +6 against grounded opponent afterwards. So really, really good. Shadow Step 2 is going to be your go-to. Side step left, 1/2, 2, small combo, dynamic 2/3, so on and so forth once again. 4/4. Okay, so that's talked about. A lot of people love 4/4. A lot of people are also wrong. So 4/2 is really good. Now 4/4, why people love it is it has this wall bounce property. So the wall bounce, of course, doesn't exist in Tekken 8 at this time. Hopefully never. But the problem with 4/4 is that on block, it's -14. Now it has a lot of pushback, But when you're near the wall, the pushback is non-existent, so you have to be careful against certain characters not to get launched or get big punished. But again, 442 at that range is going to be your go-to option. The benefit of 444 is just A, the pushback, B, the range, and then C, the wall bounce at the end of the day. So really, really good, but you're going to want to be using 442 and 444 at different ranges just for safety purposes. But still good to have the wall bounce on it. Because it's a wall bounce, I would say there's probably a good chance that that move is going to be converted into a heat engager as well. So just keep that in mind. Okay, 4 for 1+2, Flying Foreman, or Forearm, which makes more sense. He basically just chucks himself at you. Not only does he chuck himself at you, against a grounded opponent, it does hit grounded. So it's like a flying elbow. It's like a flying people's elbow. That's like the benefit of it. The issue is safety. Yeah, -18, same idea, the 3+4, 2. This very same attack. But yeah, if you want to end the game, you want to kill them, yeah, I'd say go for 4 for 1+2, don't go for 3+4 in Tekken 8, because yeah, you're going to get blown up. This move does twice as much damage, which means you're 50% less likely to lose to a Rage Art, if you look at it that way. Okay, 4 for 3+4. Basically, that's the boomerang, but advancing boomerang. Oftentimes, you'll see this move 4 for 3+4 come out when they want running running exploder. You'll see this move. Natural hit, knockdown, but unlike boomerang, you don't get the knockdown left close to you for follow-up attacks. So this is just, again, like I said, mostly an input mistake. I could see them changing this, though. This might... I don't know. I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I can see them changing it, though. I can definitely see them modifying that move for sure. Okay, so Shadow Lariat. So he does have a crouch dash. So he plays more like a Mishima than King does typically. And he has two options. Well, he technically has four. We'll get to him. He has two main options from this crouch dash state. So the first one is Shadow Lariat. So as I've shown you, that's typically going to be your combo filler. Under certain scenarios, and sorry, I've not practiced this in forever. Yeah, so under certain scenarios, you can keep doing Shadow Lariat against airborne opponent. Oh man, that's difficult. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to do it, but what happens is slowly Kazuya is going to spin against us airborne. And then what's going to happen is we're going to get him into a good spot where his wake up is fucked up. Yeah, man. Sorry, you can tell I'm not a Mishima. Oh, one more college try. Okay, one more. This will be it. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. But basically, you get him to his back, you get a spin, and then the unblockable is guaranteed immediately after. Shadow Lariat is really, really good. Also, it's plus frames on block, which makes it particularly nasty. Now, furthermore, what makes it really nasty is while at close range, you get the stomp. If you're a little bit further, if you're at mid-range, this is actually a full launcher. Really, really good. Not only is it a full launcher because you're hitting on the later active frames, we are also better plus frames. And even though you see this massive pushback, you have the shoulder. You have the shoulder on deck. But yeah, really, really good move, both for filler, for combos. I mean, you name it. Really, really strong. And then again, at mid-range, turning into a full launcher is absurdly powerful. So, so good. That move itself only is second to Dark Upper, which is Dark Smash. That's basically our electric input. I-14 at its quickest, but as you see there on block, this is -10. So just like a normal non-electric, a normal Wind Godfist, this is also -10, so they can punish them. So similar, like I was talking about, a lot of -10s. We'll get to more of them later. Be sure to punish Armor King for doing it. With that being said, the range on it is still pretty good. So you don't have the benefit of like the really nice hitbox, but you can, like there you see, milk the input during the crouch dash. Also, because you can hit the button during the crouch dash anytime, similar to other Mishimas, you could like wave in, pump the input, wait to see the whiff, and then hit the 2. And then now your dark upper is coming out on 11 rather than 14, so on and so forth. But that's like just general Mishima theory for people. But yeah, really, really nice. Good height launcher, like as you've seen here. Yeah, that's hard to hit at the end, but really consistent, really good damage, really good carry is the most important part. Because same thing, we can tag on forward buffered 4-2-1 for extra carry, and that almost all the stages probably can go wall to wall. Really, really good for sure. But again, 4-2-1 is getting nerfed, so moot point. So his third option, the CD3, don't really recommend it. Do they talk about it next? Okay, they don't talk about it yet. So CD3 is a high unblockable. So same thing, Wavu, CD3. The benefit of it is that you can actually cancel this input by holding back. It's not going to work. Like, people are going to duck this. I mean, what are you going to do? Hop kick, right? The timing on the CD3 is pretty fast that even if you cancel the CD3 input, the hop kick probably is not going to win out. It's kind of similar to like Dragunov back to 1-3 cancel, where if they just do a normal punish timing, it punishes you nonetheless. This is mostly gimmicks. The range on it's not bad. Wall splats for full launcher. For the most part, CD3 is like your last chance gas. Okay, what do I need to do to win? Okay, I'm just a CD3 and pray, rather than Wavu into like, you know, some sort of throw option. Lariat, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But, so he does have CD4, which is a really, really good move. So Crouch Dash 4 is the advancing knee, kind of similar to King's. The only difference here is that rather than getting a counter hit launcher, it's always in cause a flop state, even on natural hit, such that shoulder is guaranteed. As you see there, completely safe on block. If I remember correctly, the tracking on it isn't horrendous. Let's go ahead and do sights out. Yeah, track down there. Let's go ahead and put sidewalk. Okay, so that missed, but I think, how about the other way? Okay, no, so beats sidestep but loses sidewalk. That's probably because the crouch dash input causes us to naturally realign though. But yeah, natural hit knockdown. I believe this wall splats for full launcher. Otherwise, yeah, shoulders guaranteed. You can also go for down 4 if you really want to force that. For Oki, wake up if you'd rather take that sort of option. A lot of times people will stop before they do the final 3. Just to modify timing, make it harder to predict. But yeah, you do have quite a few options, and then furthermore, again, completely safe on block. So, nothing to hate. Natural wall splat, super, super good move. And it's knee, of course, so you can't reverse it. Although technically nowadays, this would be a jumping attack, so you can't reverse it anyway. But whatever. Okay, CD1 plus 2. Poison Mist. This is an unblockable, we just talked about already. Plus 7 on hit. And then, of course, with the Rage, if you hold it, you do the other variation on it. We'll talk about something similar later, so I'm going to kind of skip over it because we also talked about it for the most part. Okay, running 3. Basically, jumping, advancing, kick. Frame data-wise, plus 10 with pushback. So we're still pretty close. Back 3, back 4, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, obviously this is going to be easier to perform in Tekken 8. I don't think they're going to make any other modifications to it. It'll still be a nice little advancing kick. If I remember correctly, the running 3 has okay tracking on it. It's not horrendous, so. Okay, the big one though, the more important one is running Exploder. So running Exploder is a move that King has. So from here, notice how we're plus 17. That means Wake Up 3 can't be, punished via mash out. And then also furthermore, same thing, Wake Up 4 also cannot be punished via mash out. And even in Tekken 8, because Wake Up are safe, they can't punish these at all. So that means you're probably going to want to go for running 4, or sorry, exploding into Wake Up 4, because otherwise they can low parry running 3. One of the tricks I like with this, you can actually buffer your Wake Up position here, and then go for a tactical trick. So quick stand, and to buffer throw off of ground position. Also, kind of similar to running Blom Bomb, we can, in certain wake ups, Oh, shit. We can cause a crossover. I'm not going to be able to do it, but you can cross over your opponent. I'm going to fuck it up. But yeah, you basically are, because the exploder is active for so many frames, so it's active for 7 frames. As we cross over the opponent, the hits are still occurring, and then he wakes up into it in the wrong direction. He can't block that direction, then he gets hit. So yeah, there are probably setups that I just simply don't remember. But yeah, still. Okay, running 4. Shit, yeah, I mean, we're going to need, like, max push. So, yeah, this is an actual running input. You cannot do a instant running 4. I don't think he's going to be like Anna, where she can do her instant running 3 low. I mean, if they give that to Armor King, that might be pretty crazy. But, yeah, you need full steps, and it causes knockdown state. You know, very similar animation to, like, Dynamic 4, but causing a different wake-up position where wake-up options are guaranteed for us. Okay, wall stand 1, probably going to be, well, actually I take it back, it might still be 16, so this is 16 launcher. The benefit of wall stand 1, though, is on block it's only -10. So again, similar to Dark Upper, -10, wall stand 1 also -10. Also in Season 4, they buffed the range of wall stand 1. So this move used to have no range, you'd have to be like right here to hit him. Now it's more like a proper 15 range instead. So it might be 15, but remember, off of FC, you can also hop kick for your 15 frame option to launch them instead. One other final note, this is an elbow. So they can't reverse it, they can't sabaki it either. They just have to hold that shit. Really, really good move for sure. Okay, wall stand 2. This causes actually wall crush for Armor King. On counter hit, this is a launcher where, you know, full combo. Also, do they talk about it? No, they don't. Okay, also for full crouch, if you hold up, he does the, you know, oh, let me get rid of this off the screen so you can better see it. So during the counter hit, if you hold up, he goes back into key charge. So if you notice, that's a key charge animation. Hold up, and then from here, we can actually do a secret input. So we tap up, and then do a dark upper. Now this, okay, let me talk about it right now, since we're getting to that point. So, oh shit, okay, let me not talk about it quite yet, but similar idea. And then combo pickup, and with the blue spark, full combo afterwards. Really nice. Also, is this safe? Yeah, it's safe on block too. Really, really good move. Same thing, I can't see them getting rid of the wall stand 2, although they might modify it because it's so strong. But we'll talk about it later why it still might be a thing. But yeah, really, really good to have access to that. Also, you don't have to do that just out of wall stand 2 stance. Technically, you can key charge into Blue Spark Launcher, which is his Tekken 3 Dark Upper. So notice how this is like launching them forward towards you. This one doesn't launch them towards you, puts them to a flop state. Where, I don't know, some combo like that, and then this would be guaranteed. Nothing you can do about that. So yeah, you get like that Tekken Tag 1, Tekken 3 Dark Upper animation, which is pretty cool. But like I said, we'll talk about the key charge later, because I don't want the game to crash. Okay, full crash option, full crash down 4-2. This is a natural launcher. Really good. It's especially good because on block, this is also, wow, that's that slow that he's letting go of guard. It's also plus frames on block. So we did talk about, hello game. We did talk about how he does have a full crouch game. Give him the chop. And then again, if they get hit, full launcher as well. Really, really good. So pretty good. So that's part of his like full crouch game. He also has crouch throws as well, as we talked about, but we'll get to those later. Okay, almost done because, yeah, we're probably not going to talk about the throws. Not much to talk about there. Okay, Death Sandwich, everyone's favorite move. In Tekken 7, they made it such that Sidestep 2 no longer causes natural knockdown. Tekken Tag 2 and before, it used to cause natural knockdown, where you'd be left in back churn, and then you go for like moonsault and shit like that. Now instead, you have to go full route, Sidestep 2-1 for pickup, so on and so forth. The nice thing with Sidestep 2-1 is it's only minus 13 S. So against Kazi, it's dangerous because he can twin piston us. Against everyone else, it's not a big deal. I can see them making sidestep 2-1 to a heat engager, though. Getting rid of the natural property, maybe changing a little bit, and then under heat engager, make it into a heat dash cancel launcher, just to nerf it. Because, yeah, this has always been a really good move. Although, because the sidestep 2 used to be, again, just like the natural knockdown was so good, but luckily they got rid of that in T7. Okay, sidestep 4. This is the same move as 3 + 4, 4. Same thing, I believe, on counter hit, natural launcher. Yeah, super good. Good range on it as well. Yeah, not safe, but in wake-up positions, you can make it somewhat safe. Really good. Complement to sidestep 2-1, although 2-1 is like going to be your go-to option, for sure. Okay, neck cutter kick, aka boomerang. Natural knockdown, small combo only, follow up, throw, Oki, get him with the down force, off of CC. Oh yeah, I guess similar to King, depending on which way you initiate your boomerang, the push away is going to be different. So just make sure you're doing the correct one. Otherwise, yeah, that might happen where they're so pushed far away you can't do anything afterwards, so just careful with that. Okay, back turn 3, natural launcher. Similar idea to like King's. Back turn 4, push away kick. Space control, crazy stomp. Every hit of down 4 is -16, so just careful. Kind of similar to all the kick, if your opponent guesses where you're going to stop, they can launch you for it. But you can only do 3 down 4s maximum. 10 string, so as shown as down 4 2-1 is part of his 10 string. No string penalty on it. He also has a second 10 string with a slight modification in it. Yeah, where he goes to like a 4-3 route. And then we have the breath. So let's see, are we done, basically done here? Yeah, we're basically done here. Only kind of thing I want to show here. So he has a 2 throw, which is your 35 damage, as we have shown. Generic 35. Notice the frame data, he's +0. If he goes for the modified variation on it, he does 3 more damage, but now he's -10. So keep that in mind. You do more damage, but your Oki is significantly worse. He also has a command 2 throw. He has 2 of them with Tombstone. DDT for your 1+2. Hades drop, which is probably going to be changed to up forward 1+2. Very good, like I talked about. It's a wall splat to his front. Breaks the wall, doesn't give you a launcher unless it breaks the wall. GS. Shining Wizard. Oh yeah, one thing of note. So with their heat mode, similar to King, almost certainly GS and Shining Wizard are going to have homing properties on it. So that's going to be something that's almost certainly going to have King under the effects of heat mode. The question is, what's going to be his 2 throw? Is it going to be the Tombstone, or is it going to be the command 2? My guess it's probably this one, because Tombstone does so much more damage than his other throws, that I think this one being the homing would be more fair. I don't know. So, because falling leaf animations inputs have been changed, almost certainly full crouch down back 1+2 is going to be modified to full crouch down back 1+2, just simple input. He does have 2 crouch throws. One will likely be a heat engager, and the other one probably won't be. So that kind of complements the full crouch game as we talked about. He does have a ground throw game, similar to King, although it's a little bit different. So he gets a flapjack option. But if the opponent is by the wall, this here, he shoves them, he's +12. So back 1-2 is guaranteed. I can see them leaving that in Tekken 8, almost certainly. Still going to be the case. And I think that's about it. Yeah, he does have a full kit of ground throws, nothing much to talk about. He can do Airborne GS, he can also do Airborne Shining Wizard. Of course, Shining's can do more damage. The nice thing with the Airborne GS is, unlike King, he puts you on the other side during his combo. So if your back is to the wall, you can put their back to the wall if you do the correct combo and position change with them. That's something that normal King can't do, which is really nice. He has a punch parry, not a reversal, only punches. He can also cancel the punch parry into a counter launcher, a wall stand 2, basically. Very fair, by the way. And then he has a full chain throw game. Yeah, same idea. You're either going to see the flop state, which is the end of the string with a 1, or he can go for the sleeper line, where the most damage comes from. Sleeper is your go-to. Neck drop, 3 count pound is his strongest option. Like, look at this. This is his most damaging one. That's it. 68 damage. A far cry from like King's like 120 or whatever the fuck it is. And that's it. Okay, so let's go back to here and talk about the very last thing I want to talk about. And the very last thing I want to talk about is the 10 string. So people notice like the bad breath, right? So as I talked about, usually when you perform the bad breath, notice how it's green, right? But if you look at the 10 string, and if you look at the trailer video, which we'll talk about in just a second, when he does his bad breath, hey, all of a sudden it's fire-based. Now, you might notice that animation looks very similar to key charge because it's the same animation. So during the up here, this spark, the bad breath, and you can't see it, that actually is active hitbox. So if your opponent hop kicks, you'll actually pick them up with the key charge as a taunt. Now, you're not going to do that all the time. This is like a 1 in a million sort of thing. But hey, sometimes people get like, oh, you're key charging me, I'm just going to launch you, and then they get launched. Like, what the fuck just happened? So as I've talked about, you can perform CD2 for the Blue Spark Tekken Tag 1, Tekken 3 variation on the Dark Upper. But he also has one other secret input, and that secret input is key charge, QCF1, where he performs the bad breath, but instead with fire breath instead. And of course, both of these are unblockable either way. So he has that. So he has the upper bad breath, the key charge forward bad breath with the flame, and then of course the 10 string variation. So that goes back to the trailer, where when we see Armor King first, we see him do that. He does the key charge bad breath, except it's fire based. So who knows? Maybe this is a hint, and shit, you can't see it. Okay, there you go. My bad. Let's rewind it. So yeah, spoiler alert, at the end of the Falcon trailer, they tease Armor King, hence we're talking about this. But yeah, he stomps into the ring and then does his key charge animation, but instead with fire breath once again. So the question is this a hint to what's going to happen, or is this just a nod to people who know something about Armor King and it looks cool, right? Don't forget about looking cool. That's, I guess, number one. Number one criteria. But yeah, this is the fire breath key charge instead. Now, in Tekken 5, I think he could perform the fire breath key charge. I think he would double key charge or something like that, and he would do this. Something in T5, I haven't loaded up or tested it, but I'm pretty sure in T5 he could do this though. And like I said, this is his key charge animation. So again, is this a sign that he's going to have the EX bad breath? Are they going to make it such that his the dark charge stance can have a fire breath out of it? I don't know. I'm just, jokingly speculating here. But yeah, this could be a hint of something. With that being said, obviously we don't have any fucking information. It's going to be some time until we see Armor King. Almost certainly we're going to get the trailer at EVO in a little over a month. Or almost 2 months, I should say. It's probably a little more accurate. But yeah, we're not going to get anything with Armor King. We don't even have a date for him. So whereas Falcon, of course, is coming out on July 10th. And I haven't seen the costumes yet. This wasn't in the combo video trailer. Oh. Okay, so different color. The trunks look kind of weird. Okay, so you have like the more like formal get up. Oh, so yeah, classic costume from Tekken 7. Oh, that's kind of lame. I was hoping for his concept art to become his costumes. Oh, that's kind of. I'm not really happy about that. I kind of regret watching this now. But yeah, hey, Armor King coming out. So yeah, Evo. We're gonna learn more about him. Of course, for Evo, we'll go ahead and break down that trailer as well. But yeah, I will probably make this into a shorter version. Do a little bit more homework, probably take a look at some old game data. I did already, spoiler alert, pull his Tekken 3 move list, so I have that to compare against. A few different moves in there, some things for inspiration, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure over time we'll either get a Tekken Talk or B, if we don't get a Tekken Talk, we're going to get more information, of course, about Armor King and maybe whoever's coming else down the pipe in Evo again in just a few months. Okay, yeah, if I made a mistake, please let me know with the time code that said mistake. This was a breakdown / overview and kind of speculation for T8, but we will, again, whittle it down for a shorter video in the future, so please continue watching. If you like what I'm doing, consider becoming a member. That's how I make my money on the channel. At the bare minimum, consider liking, subscribing. I hate saying that, but I never say it, so I figure I might as well say it at least once. And then that's about it. Let's see here. I guess this video is coming out before my match review, so if you want to submit your own matches for review, please look for the link in the comment that's pinned. Otherwise, you can go to my community post and find the link there. Okay, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later on.